I don't know why that does that. Well, howdy, hey, happy Friday, everyone. This is Blake Hotchkiss, clinical education specialist with the Association for Vascular Access, and join with me again, her second appearance on our show, I think at least 2 times now, Mickey
Yeah.
Hawes. So,
Hi.
welcome, everyone. So, last time we were talking about your presentation at conference, which was very well received. Awesome work, and so excited that we could all be in person at conference. And we're looking
Yes, that was
forward
great.
to Portland, Oregon coming up. So we just got back from Portland, Oregon. I actually got to see Mickey in person again, which is fantastic. And what are we here to talk about today? So today we're talking about, Mickey's new
Nothing
roles
going
with the
on.
association. So, and you got a lot of hats. You've got a couple things going on. So, first off, and this isn't like new. You've been doing this for a while as the Java editor in chief. So I know the handoff started, I think, back in the summer?
No.
No? Okay.
No, actually, I didn't get the job or been offered the job, first part of December.
Okay.
And, right in the middle of that, I had just gone through eye surgery. I couldn't see, so that's a great time to take over as editor. It's like, "Oh, well,
Right.
you hired a blind editor," you know? It's very open. So actually, I kinda just started, a week into January when I finally got glasses where I could see. That was my kind of start date. So yeah, and the first issue comes out. It'll be online February 27th. So
Hmm.
Lori's been great though. Lori Kesmerick, she's in the background, coaching me, and a lot of it was done before the handoff.
Okay. Yeah, no, and I know, and definitely a shout out to Lori Kazmarek. Thank you for your time as the Java editor in chief. Certainly did an awesome job with the journals. So, what do you think moving forward, 2023? Any big changes or things that you're thinking about with the journal, or what can our audience expect?
Well, I guess for good or bad, I just wrote the editor message, so that's right on the tip of my tongue. So really, what I did was I looked back at the journey that Java has made, from the very first newsletter by Bay called Bayviews through all the iterations, cover changes, whatever, all the way up to where we are now, and just kind of reflecting on the fact that it took a lot of people to do that. And again, shout out to Lori, but for those people who jumped in and played interim editor, that means they never wanted the job, but they were willing to step in to keep things going.
Yeah.
And poor Lori, she said, "Sure, I'll do that for a couple months." And 2 years later, she finally got to kind of hand it off to me. So what I'm looking at going forward is just building, just taking it down the road a little bit farther. It's excuse me, been moving forward, um, but I see Java as both a member benefit. So I want to get some columns in there that speak to members. We want to help mentor new researchers, publishers, people who want to publish, all of that. And along with that, mentor reviewers. We have a lot of reviewers for Java. And as somebody who's reviewed for multiple journals, there's not always a lot of information given. It's like, here, read this. But so I hope to also mentor some of our newer reviewers and help them do a better job. But we want to get some columns in there. The first one that will be in this first issue will be sponsored by the AVA Foundation, and it's how to read an article. It's how to break down research articles so that you're getting the information out of it that is true, and also finding those things that were kind of maybe not quite as true in that article. And we'll continue to build on that. But in the future, one that I'm excited about is it's going to be basically the social media posts, and that's a great thing, social media. But some of the answers to some of those questions, it's not like you could refer back to that, or not like you could take it to whoever you're having a conflict, like, what's the truth? Oh, well, I got this answer on Facebook, and so it must be true. We want to take some of those hot topics and then have kind of a mesh between social media and a peer-reviewed journal, where we take some of those hot topics or difficult questions and have experts answer them, peer-reviewed and referenced, so that maybe your question you posted on one of our social media Ivy Geek sites will end up in the journal and have a really robust answer to it. So, and then eventually I'd like to do some legal ethical column, something that's in there every time, so that the members know that, hey, what are they talking about on how to do research, or what are they talking about on the social media posts or legal ethical.
Yeah.
So those are what I would consider member benefits that I want to build in to Java. But there's something I really need from all y'all that are listening, is there's a responsibility that the members have to Java. We need you to share the journal with other people. We need you to submit high level research, case studies. And if you need help with that, my other hat is with the foundation, and we have no charge mentoring to help you through that. Um, so we need that stuff, and we also need, and it was interesting. I was talking to some of the board members this past weekend. It's important that if you do publish in another journal, and that's happens. I mean, sometimes your subject matter is appropriate for a different journal. As many times as possible, reference something from Java. All of that citing actually will increase our score and increase our impact score, so that we can expand our indexing. So
Yeah.
that's
I know that
off the
that's
top of
one
my
a
head.
big factor for our journal is to get a higher indexing. It's nice to be able to
Mhm.
find it and see it referenced.
Yeah,
Having published
yeah.
there myself, it's important.
Right, but it takes the members to do that. But it takes awareness. I'm learning. I'm always learning. I've been a reviewer for several journals. I've authored manuscripts for several journals. I help others, but this is my first time being, the editor part.
Right.
Um, which is, we have an editorial manager, Alan Press, so I don't actually have to copy and cut and paste everything together, thank God. But but content wise, that's sort of what is my role in this.
Well, thank you for sharing that with the members and our audience here on Facebook. You heard it here, so it must be true. I love that line. The second part of this was also you're the Ava Foundation board president.
Yeah, yeah. Would
Huge.
I have volunteered for one if I knew the other was happening? I don't know. Um, I tend to fill in gaps, and I usually work for or work, do my volunteer work for Ava in the background, because as much fun as it is, I'm not great with crowds. Um, so um, so yeah, as foundation president, it actually kind of works together for good right now,
Yeah.
to be both. Because a big push for our foundation is, our tagline is innovation, research, and education. And so we're trying to, and we started it, really at the last conference, is promoting all the people who are putting out posters, and then trying to mentor those people to actually publish a full manuscript or an article in Java. So we're working on that. We have several mentees that we're working with, but it is a slow process, and life tends to interrupt. And if any of you have ever tried to publish something, you know that, at least for me, it's deadlines. I have to have somebody pushing me, because something else will always float to the top. So hooking some people that are interested with a Ava Foundation board member mentor, to kind of push them along and make sure they make those deadlines. That's what we aim to do. So I get to play both roles for at least this 1 year. That's it. Then just
Yeah. But
editor.
I, like you said, I think that there's some phenomenal synergy in
Mhm.
those two roles. Something that I had thought about too is like how being the Java editor also impacts some of the other messages that we're trying to do at the association. You know, like again, improving our body of knowledge around vascular access best practices and how important that is for the association and our members.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it really is. So, um, all want the audience to hear is that we need you to help us at JAVA. We need you to reference and cite it, and we need you to submit manuscripts,
yeah.
and of all kinds. And we'll be working on some of the templates that people can use to make it a little bit easier, and requiring some things that haven't been required in the past. But I, I'm learning as I go.
And it's nice that if you're interested or you're maybe intimidated by the process of publication or being a published author in a journal, there's plenty of support here for you. So whether that's through the journal itself or through the foundation,
Mhm.
sounds like there's tons of mentors out there with a lot of experience in this space. And certainly, like Mickey had said, how do we support you and just kind of remove that barrier so that you can achieve that goal that you might have as getting published in our journal. So
Right. Share your knowledge with us all.
well, Mickey, thanks so much for joining us today.
Mhm.
Really excited to have you on. I was just, like I just saw you, and the first thing I thought was like, who am I going to interview first this year? We're going to interview Mickey. She's got tons of stuff going on. So,
Thanks.
well, with that, I'll take us out. So let's see.
All right.
There
Thanks,
we
Blake.
go. Well, hey guys, you can follow the Association for Vascular Access anywhere out there on social media. It's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And if you're a big fan of YouTube like I am, you can also check us out there. So with that, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye.